Hey guys, JB here from Alpha Wolf Consulting, talking to you today about an understanding of how to sort of forcibly change or alter your mindset when shifting from a condition-based mindset to an unconditional mindset, or in other words, moving from a scarcity mindset to an abundant mindset. So realize this, in an abundant mindset, everything is unconditional. Wealth is unconditional, food, shelter, abundance, it's all unconditional. Love, respect, success, it's all an unconditional aspect of self. And the condition-based mindset is the pessimistic or the scarcity mindset, where there isn't an abundance of love in the world, there isn't an abundance of wealth in the world, there isn't an abundance of food, security, success in the world. The condition-based mindset wants to say that there are specific conditions that have to be met for me to be successful. There are specific conditions that have to be met for me to be abundant in life. There are specific conditions that have to be met for me to feel love in life, for me to be loved in life. Realize this. This is an important understanding. If you can realize this, that to truly let go to a scarcity mindset and pick up a mindset of unboundless or boundless abundance in life, you have to become unconditional within yourself and your belief structures. And the reason for this is that when I'm unconditional, that means that there is no end to what I seek. There is no requirement for me to attain it, for me to achieve it. Very important. Because especially in life, success, in relationships, like a scarcity mindset in a relationship is there is only so many good ones out there, and I have to find a good one so I don't end up with a bad one. Do you sort of get it? But it's sort of like this. There is an endless amount of people on this planet, and people have the capacity to be, do, and have anything that they want in life. So there is endless supply of good people in this world. And my perception of others creates the reality I experience with others. Should I see everyone as being a negative person and trying to take negative actions towards me from a scarcity-based mindset, what I'm going to do is I am going to subconsciously, through behavior, through my attitude, through the conversations that I have and the ways in which I interact with people, I am going to create those outcomes in every interaction that I have. So just realize that we're not saying that people don't choose to take negative actions. It's that should I have a preconceived belief that someone is going to take a negative action towards me, I am actually creating the reality where that happens. Do you sort of get it? And this is why it's so important for us when moving from a condition-based mindset of there are conditions, so like i.e. someone has to prove to me that they are a good person before I believe that they are a good person. Someone has to prove to me that they love me before I believe that they love me. You realize if I believe someone loves me and I treat them as if they love me, the likelihood that they are going to adopt that behavior towards me is far greater than if I treat them with contempt, as if this person is just out to use me. Have you ever noticed that in life? How people treat you and how people interact with you will typically determine your response to them. Because in essence, I don't owe you anything, you don't owe me anything. So like if you treat me with contempt, I'm always going to treat you back with contempt. Not to say that we're doing it in a tit for tat manner, but it's going to be like that. that should you treat me as if you don't trust me, why would I have to feel a need to prove myself to you? So of course you're going to experience a side of me that seems less trustful. Does that sort of make sense? So just understand that like the power of our internal state to recreate our external reality is so true or so powerful, because our external reality is a reflection of our internal state. And this is why becoming unconditional is the path to abundance. Because when I unconditionally, and we're not saying in the sense that you slap me in the face and I pretend like you didn't slap me. It's like you slap me in the face, I'm going to determine, do I like being slapped in the face? And if the answer is no, I'm going to exit stage left and leave that environment. Do you sort of get it? So it's not to say that we're sort of shucking off all responsibility and saying that, you know, no one does anything bad to me. It's that should someone do something that I don't like, I leave that environment. I don't entertain that environment anymore. Does this sort of make sense? So when we're thinking about it in terms of unconditional, if I unconditionally love myself as I am, for who I am, without the need to prove to myself of my worthiness to feel that love, I am now interacting with people and giving them that same love. And based on how they interact back with me will determine if there's a frequency match between that. So if I unconditionally love someone and give them love and all of that, and then they treat me with contempt, that's going to create a frequency in alignment. And what happens with that is I'm not going to feel comfortable around them. I'm not going to feel like they want to be around me or I want to be around them. So naturally I'm going to move away from them. So don't think in terms of I have to protect myself from others. Because when I have to protect myself from others, I create an environment where I need to protect myself from others. Does that sort of make sense? So it's not to say that we are not allowing ourselves to see reality. It's not to say that we are not sort of seeing people for who they are. But we are choosing to see the best in people. And if those people choose to not take the best actions, then we allow them to naturally flow out of our life. We allow them to naturally leave our life through us focusing on what we want in life. This is the difference between a condition-based mindset and an unconditional mindset, is if I am unconditionally worthy of love, respect, value, worth, everything that I want in life, then should my environment not be sort of reflecting that back to me? It's far easier for me to say, well, I am worthy of this unconditionally. So I am going to leave this environment because this is not an environment for me. Does that sort of make sense? Whereas in a condition-based mindset, I'm going to be creating conditions that I didn't do this, I didn't do that, I'm not worthy of love. So I have to sit in that environment where others don't love me. I have to sit in the environment where others don't respect me because evidently I haven't earned their respect. Realize this, like those who seek you to earn respect don't respect themselves. That's the truth. Because if they respected themselves, they wouldn't need you to earn their respect. Do you sort of get it? Because the external environment is a reflection of the internal environment. So if I expect others to earn my respect, I expect myself to earn my respect. I don't give it freely to myself. Do you sort of get it? Expectations are the calling card of the ego. Realize that. When I expect things in life, I am allowing my ego to have the driver's seat in my life, in my interactions. So i.e., motherfuckers who expect shit in life are egotistical fuckwits. How funny is that? It's funny because they get so offended thinking that I should be allowed to expect things. I'm not egotistical. But it's like this. What aspect of your identity of self is expecting? Is it your unconscious mind expecting things? No, because your unconscious mind doesn't have the capacity to expect. Do you sort of get it? Is it your higher consciousness that is expecting things? No, because your higher consciousness is in flow and is everything that is around you. Your higher consciousness is connected to your sort of like, to put it in perspective, so like your higher consciousness is connected to everything that is around you in your environment. Okay, it's connected to all aspects of life through frequency. Now, I do not expect my hand to close if I close my hand. If I close my hand, or I put the intention that I want my hand to close, I am not creating an expectation that my hand should close. I know my hand will close because I have directed it. I.e., what expects the hand to close is the motherfucking ego. It's a funny thing like that. So just realize that the ego is the aspect of self that creates the conditional mindset, a mindset based on expectations. So the only way to break free of a condition-based mindset truly, and to live unconditionally, is through the aspect of sort of forced, sort of settle, like forced stillness. So the ego cannot stand being still. The ego is the aspect of mind that says, I need to go, 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 because it's a fear-based response that if I don't take action, I won't get results. If I don't move forward, I won't progress. If I don't, whatever, insert whatever you want. But basically, what you have to do to truly break the condition-based mindset is you have to put yourself into a state of absolute stillness. And as the ego tries to say that you are lazy, you are not doing anything, you are wasting your time, you are missing opportunities, you reinforce the unconditional love and worth, that you are worth, even in stillness, to be loved, to be respected. You don't need to do anything to be respected. You don't need to do anything to be loved. You don't need to do anything to feel worthy, to feel productive. And when you do that, and you sit in that, and it's sitting in stillness until you feel inspired to take actions to move forward because you want to, not because you have to. That is the process of breaking the condition-based mindset, because the condition-based mindset says, I need to keep moving forward. I need to. I don't want to move forward, but I have to move forward, because if I don't move forward, I'm dying. I'm, losing, so to speak. So in the stillness, when you sit there, you are breaking it because you are forcing it to not be able to progress forward. And it will come at you with everything negative that it can try to use against you. And you sit there and you give yourself unconditionally everything that you want. You accept yourself unconditionally as being worthy. You accept yourself as unconditionally being respected. You respect yourself for being able to sit in the stillness. You love yourself for being able to sit in the stillness. And throughout the process, the ego, the condition-based mindset will lose, because you are not allowing it to take control. And in every moment that it tries to tear you down, you are rebuilding yourself. And through this behavior, you are reteaching yourself about the unconditional nature of life. How fun is that? Through doing this, you now become unconditional, to where the love you feel within yourself is not based on anything external to you. It's an intricate part of who you are, your self-identity, as being someone worthy of love in life. Enjoy that. Bye.